Shalom. So today we're going to be doing a damage control video. I haven't did a damage control video in forever, but guys, when I say that they've been doing so much damage control and it's literally just been piling up, I'm also going to get into other things I've been seeing over the internet that I haven't been able to make a video about. I'm just going to touch on those things towards the end of this video. So the first damage control that we're going to get into is that 2 months ago I made a Rihanna video, and right after I made that video, she literally posted her kid for the first time, this fake fallen angel baby. Katy Perry ironically comments on this post and she says, "Heavenly angel full of light." That is just completely wrong. And this is extremely ironic considering that 3 months ago, which was a month before the Rihanna video, I made a video about Katy Perry admitting that she's a fallen angel. And this kid, this fake fallen angel kid, is not an angel of light. So she's mocking. They have no light in them. They're dark. They literally fell. And this connects to Jude chapter 1 verse 6. "And the angels who did not keep their proper domain but left their own abode, he has reserved in everlasting chains of darkness for the judgment of the great day." The next damage control that we're going to get into is Young and May. So this character has been doing a lot of damage control. There's also a footage of her in like a wheelchair or something like that, those little automatic wheelchairs. And right here I found this, the way they worded things on this rap page to be very symbolic. Her character is going to die without a doubt. So it says, "Young and May updates fans on her health after many were concerned over her last month's viral video." The fact that they put last, and like, it makes it seem like this character is doing her last things before they kill her. And of course, why did the barber even record her? They all do this for a sympathy pool. I don't even really understand what she actually got done. Like, what is he showing? Like, what did she get done? I don't think no one's analyzing that. Her hair looks terrible. It looks like she got nothing done to herself. So the next damage control is Suki, Hana, and Monique. So I made this video 3 months ago, and in this video I talked about how they are the spirit of gluttony, the spirit of Jezebel. They're pushing all of those agendas. They're fallen angels, and they push all of the nastiness on people so regular people can mimic what they're doing. So Monique, here we go with this inverted stuff and this homo stuff. So basically, this is so random, and that's how you can tell when this damage control is that it's random. It doesn't make sense of why they're doing this. They'll purposely humiliate themselves to get any amount of attention to, I guess, regenerate after losing certain fans or whatever from our videos. So it says that Monique opens up about secretly desiring to be intimate with a woman and telling her husband about it. See, this is just sick. And we're getting into a world like that where spouses are actually turning homo and liking the same gender rather than their own spouse. So that's something that is arising nowadays. Very sick. And then the Sukiyana character has been everywhere, along with making a dirty, a nasty, just disgusting music video with this Inali Chopper character, who is a very disturbing and disgusting character. And of course she got an interview. This was a day ago when I screenshotted it, but it's probably been like 2 days. So this is just pure damage control. Of course it's about immorality that deals with relations. They are always doing sexual morality. They promote that. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you are someone who is no longer desensitized to all of the worldly nastiness that they've put out, and you finally have a revived conscience, and you see the stuff that they're promoting on the media, man, it's like 10 times worse nowadays. It's like everything is so sexual and everything so like nasty, and it's like beyond just being provocative and sexual. It's like this nastiness behind it, this filth behind it. The next damage control is Beyonce dad shared a photo of her and Solange. when they do these things like sharing these baby photos of themselves all of a sudden that resurface, that's them trying to prove that they were once a kid. And this is damage control because I literally just exposed this Solange character along with the Beyonce character. And then her other character, Solange based character so far, Jeff Goldblum. He literally had an interview 4 months ago, which makes no sense why he had an interview. He's not even interesting. And ironically, it says Jeff Goldblum on weird roles, like, because he has a lot of weird roles that he plays. And I made those videos 7 months ago, the Beyonce and the Solange video 7 months ago. So this is a recent interview, and it's damage control. And then their fake little fallen angel dad posting the kid picture of them, damage control. They're always trying to prove that they were once kids or something. It's so sick. And you can just see from their kid photos, they look like adults. A month ago, I exposed the Dwyane Wade family. So that includes Gabrielle Union and their really nasty son that is pushing a huge agenda. And make sure you guys go check out all these videos if you haven't seen them originally. They're really good videos, very detailed. In that video, I talked about how this Zaya character was always picked to be the homo character in the family, because I start off the video showing a very disturbing photo, man. Like, that photo was very disturbing. And Dwyane Wade is sick. All of them are sick. So ever since then, Dwyane Wade has been trending. Who cares about him? But hey, they keep making them trend. And again, it says Dwyane Wade says he moved his family out of Florida over policies against his inverted daughter. So this is a boy at the end of the day, and this is just disgusting. They're pushing a massive agenda with this inversion of the genders. They are making so many people homo, and it makes no sense. And this shows that we're in the end, because we're getting plagued with this stuff. The world is getting infested with all of this nasty, filthy desire, you know. So Leviticus 18:22, you shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. As simple as that. And then you see that he's inverted. He's wearing women's clothing. And you see even Young M.A. and other characters that I'm going to mention later in this video. I didn't want to duplicate the verses because it's like a reiteration of them. But this all applies to all of the inverted characters that I'm going to mention in this video. They are pushing a massive agenda for people to be an abomination. And they don't want people to ascend, you know, because they're fallen angels. They can't ascend up. So therefore, they spend all their time trying to devour the potential that we all have to ascend and be with Abba Yahweh and be with Yahshua HaMashiach. And they're trying to take that away from us. And that's their main objective and their main goal. But you have to be strong. And even if you are a believer and you have your faith and you do good, they still try to oppress you. And so you must be strong where you don't give up and you don't try to stop and you don't try to get distracted from what they got going on. And you guys should go check out my articles, aka blog posts that I wrote on my website about these topics. I'll write more topics, and you guys can request for certain topics you want me to write about on there. This is Deuteronomy 22:5, and it says, a woman shall not wear man's clothing, nor shall a man put on a woman's clothing, for whoever does these things is an abomination to Yahweh your Elohim. So like I said, you see Young M.A., you see all of them, all of the celebrities, even the ones who are not openly homo, are wearing the opposite gender clothes. Like you see these nasty characters like Glorilla, who is wearing men's clothing, sagging their pants, you know. And the sagging of pants thing has already been introduced to unconsciously aware people who have 666 on their forehead. This has already been introduced to them by the Leah character, so they're susceptible to it. And the Leah character was very inverted. The fact that she was doing that in the 90s, sagging her pants and wearing boxer shorts, that is extremely inverted. And men shouldn't even be sagging their pants. Modesty goes both ways for men and females. So everything that they're pushing, just know that it completely goes against everything that we're supposed to be doing. Everything that they push, all of these distractions. Okay, so the next damage control is this Kaili character. Of course, her name's Kaili. They do this a lot. It's literally goddess of destruction. And you see a lot of them have that name. There's a rapper with that name. There's some fake woke person with that name. There's a bunch of fallen angels that they go and they regurgitate the same names and everything like that. And basically, she brings out Tyler Creator and Don Tolliver. Ironic because in my video, this video right here that I made 9 months ago, I mentioned how Don Tolliver is mixed with Master P, and Tyler Creator just so happens to be one of Master P's characters also. So this is pure mockery. And then Don Tolliver dates the Kaili character, and then Tyler Creator has music with the Kaili character. That was a huge connection in that video. So make sure you guys go check out that video and go check out the Kaili video. I guess I didn't screenshot it. She's Lady Gaga, Amy Winehouse, Krayshawn, and they have way more other characters I'll be getting into later. So the next weird damage control, of course, it keeps involving this NLE character. I haven't exposed this character yet. Later I'll get to that, but he keeps being like this mediator for the damage control. Like, for example, with the music video, he has Sukihana in it. No one cared about Sukihana, but they need that character that they use to help make the damage control happen. And right here you see he gives Lil Wayne his flowers. This is a death reference, and it says he gives them to him while he's still alive. And I literally talked about how this character is going to die in my video that I made 8 months ago, so make sure you guys go check that video out. And so creepy, man. They're just doing so much damage control with that. Like, honestly, how I see this Lil Wayne character is like, y'all are doing so much mockery towards it. Y'all should just go ahead and kill him off. Like, it's like so much anticipation revolving around it, and it's like they're trying to make an event out of it. So the next damage control that I'm going to show you guys is very disgusting. Many of you have sent me this on Instagram, and basically now they want to say that Missy Elliott and Young Miami look alike. They're just making mockery out of it. I made this video a year ago, and they're just now doing damage control. That's the creepy thing about it. And I'm going to show you guys a video that someone sent me of Trina and Young Miami talking, and Young Miami just, for what reason, brings up Missy.
Is it true that you dated Missy Elliott?
6 months ago, I made a video about Halle Berry and Sierra and many other characters that I mentioned in that video. They've been doing a lot of damage control with the Sierra character. There's this meme going around. I guess they pulled up this lady, which she is Sierra. That's not wrong, because they have multiple characters. And the caption is, they miss the old Sierra. And this is pure mockery. It's like when they do damage control like this, like with them being another person, it's just blatant, direct jabs at my videos or Conscious X videos. And then right here, no one was talking about Big Boy from Outkast. And literally he's trying to justify how he met Andre 3000. So that's where we go in with, they use a certain character to do damage control for the next character or help the damage control be pursued. So he has to give a story of why he met, like how he met him, because then it looks like he's real after I just exposed this character 4 months ago, showing that he's not real. This is ghetto. You guys can read this for yourselves. This is just ghetto. And of course he's wearing black and white checkerboard, inverting good as evil and evil as good, bitter as sweet and sweet as bitter. They do this all the time. And that just shows that they're always inverting things. Also, pick a side, what side are you on? There's a lot of meanings with the checkerboard. And then the Faith character, she's wearing a F, and like she's wearing an F chain, and F looks like it stands for fallen, in my opinion. And this is damage control also, because I made a video about Mulatto and Faith Evans and some other characters that they were. More damage control. See, there's so much, and there was more to add to this video, but there's so much. So Benzino, which is Coi Leray's dad, oddly. So have you guys ever noticed that every celebrity that they try to present as new to the mass media, within like years or like months into their career, they'll start showing how this character has always been connected to people in the industry, or how this character is just blatantly involved, you know? So, and I say this because for a long period of time, a lot of people didn't know that Benzino was her dad, you know? So I'm just bringing that up because I seen, like, for example, the Sweetie character. I didn't know that she's been out for like such a long time. Like before even making music, like she was out and she was around multiple different celebrities. And they do this so if you do see them, they're subconsciously in your mind and you're more likely to like them when they do become mainstream and promote it and become like A-list or whatever you want to call it. So it says Benzino say he wouldn't want his daughter Coil Ray dating Chief Keef. This is pure damage control, and who cares what he wants? You know, who cares about what they're saying? It's the idea that they're doing something to be in the media. That's what's the disgusting thing here. It's not about what they're saying. They say the most ridiculous stuff. I mean, Monique is saying nasty, inverted, sexual, moral stuff. So it doesn't matter what they're saying. They humiliate themselves every time they say something. What is weird is that they're popping up out of the woodworks and they're being relevant. That's the weird thing about all of this. And what makes it huge damage control is whatever involved page posts this, they used the same exact photo, like his mugshots, which I had found where he was basically photoshopped as bald headed, and that's when I realized he was DMX, and I used it on my thumbnail, as you guys can see right here. So that's when it becomes damage control, is when they're using the similar photos as you use in your own thumbnail, or just saying things that are very parallel to the video. Of course, I exposed a Coil Ray character 10 months ago. They have so many characters, including Janae, Aiko, and other characters. So many characters that they have. This is really odd. I seen this a while ago, but I screenshotted it when I first seen it on my feed. Basically, Metro Boomin and Future made a song called Superhero, and of course in the parentheses superhero and villains, and they're the villains. Don't let it deceive you. They're in this white room. They try to seem like they're of the light. They wear all white to try to seem like they're good, but they're not. You see how they're pointing at the sky? They're doing a lot of reference towards the sky and the ascension that's going to happen with believers. A song had randomly popped in my head, and it was the Nardo Wick song, the WTF is that song. And if you notice in the video, they're looking at the sky and it's like something happening in the sky. And they do a lot of reference towards end of the world. You know, you can notice with how they're dressing nowadays. And we talked about this in the live stream. You guys should go check out the live stream. The way that they're dressing nowadays with the end of the world type of clothing is very similar to Tupac's music video with Dr. Dre, California Love. It's going to be a very weird thing that's going to happen. So here, of course, he's doing the horns just in plain sight, and that's just disgusting. They're always doing damage control like that. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is, of course, the Duke Dennis character just keeps responding. There's multiple responses that have happened. I haven't brought up many of them, but he literally just did another one. And I just thought it was so pathetic and annoying. What I noticed is that these streamer characters, these YouTube characters, they respond so much because they're trying to protect their image. And they're deceiving people more than a rapper is deceiving people, because they make it seem as if they're just a regular person who makes videos or whatever, you know, and that's not true. That's not what's going on here. So I'm gonna show you guys this video of him.
We up to 38 AirPods, more for traveling though. Future Hendrix, Kevin Gates.
Then he goes into the 33-second mark, craziest 33. He says G himself, and when they're referring to this G word, they're referring to Gadriel, which is a fallen angel, which is their God, I guess you can say. Look what he calls him. He said in the 34-second mark, he said the goat man, the goat. So if he was actually talking about someone that's in Shamayim, which is Yahweh and Yahshua HaMashiach, you don't refer to them as the goat. So you guys have seen my videos. If you're new, I recommend go watching some of my old videos. They all worship the goat, the Baphomet. So that's why they're calling out to the goat. It starts with a G. They do everything referring to G's, you know, and that's why they'll have names like G Herbo or Polo G, or, see, they keep doing this stuff. And one thing I think that a lot of people who are believers need to do is break away from the name choice that they're using, because I feel like they deceive a lot of people who are, I guess you can say, believers with the name. That's what's leading a lot of people to that wide door. They're not leading people to the narrow door, because there was even people in these comments saying, yes, like that he said that at first, when they don't even understand what he's talking about, what these characters are talking about when they say this G word, or when they're like trying to act like they're of a faith. They're not. So yeah, make sure you guys go check out the Future and Duke Dennis videos that I have. There's 2 of them that I have. The next damage control is that this Chili character has been everywhere. Now this is just one thing. There has been multiple things for over probably some months now. There has been so many things that this character has been doing. For no reason, they've been making this character trend. Who cares about her, actually? 4 months ago, I made a video about Angela Bassett, Keke Palmer, Chili, and Karrueche. So here we go with these baby photos again. It's like they always have something to prove. G Herbo is going viral for this kid photo that he has. They're so weird. They keep doing this stuff. And then this photo of him is going viral again, where he's admitting in plain sight that he's not a human being. The fact that he can even do something like this with his arm, and if you can't see it, it's right here. It is not by coincidence that this photo of G Herbo and Farrakhan is resurfacing and going viral, considering that they're trying to corral and push everybody into either Christianity or Islam right now. So this is just not a coincidence. That's their biggest agenda right now, is to get people corralled into those 2 religions. So now we're just going to talk about some things that I want to talk about. So I'd seen this, and it said many people are slaves and don't even know it. And you can see from the photos, these people are obviously slaves to what they do, their lifestyle. Many people do these things and they're slave to it. So there's multiple verses besides this one that they put at the bottom, and it says, Yahshua answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. There's other verses where he says that you cannot serve 2 masters, and a lot of people want to play both sides of the fence, but you can't do that, because if you're on the fence, it takes nothing for the wind to blow and you're on the bad side instantly, like without a doubt. Being on the fence is terrible. These photos are disturbing, and when I seen it, I didn't speak about it the last time when I made the video about this Sam Smith character, but there's something very disturbing about these male characters imitating to be pregnant. I think we're going to most likely be in a system where soon you're going to see men pregnant, and James Charles did it, and I think that Lil Nas X also did it, and I think that we're just getting to a time where you're going to see something weird like that. There's this thing called biotech. When I was like 17 or 16 or 17 years old, I had this class and my teacher was pregnant. It was a class about babies, and my teacher was pregnant, ironically, and she went to the hospital, like regular checkup or whatever, and basically they told her, do you want to change anything about your baby? And she was like creeped out, because she was like, they were asking if she wanted to change the eye color, all this other stuff. And that's what you see right here. They are trying to biologically engineer the babies in the wombs before they come out. And you see there's all these things that you can do to your baby. You can change their vision to make sure they have 20/20 vision, high IQ, etc., etc. And this is just very odd. It's like they're always trying to get us to be accepting towards going against Yahweh's natural creation. He created everything perfect. He created everything with a reason. And they try to take everything that he has created and pervert it and get us to accept, because we have to accept, if we all collectively accept this, which most people are so insecure that they will collectively accept this, it's not their fault. It cancels out, because we're accepting it, you know, and there's verses about how we have the power over them, you know, tread upon the lion and the cobra. Yet people don't, and people just accept everything that they put out. And this is just disturbing, and I feel like a lot of these men that we're most likely going to see having babies soon, there's going to be biological engineering going on. And also, I had seen a very disturbing ad, and someone had commented that they seen the same ad. There was an ad that was basically recruiting women to be surrogates. Never have I ever seen anything like that. Like where it's an ad where they're recruiting women to be a surrogate, promoting the pay, trying to make it seem all cool and nice. That is some scary stuff right there. And of course, this connects to the Neuralink. No one pays attention to Neuralink. No one pays attention to VR, what they're really trying to push here, which I'm going to talk about later into this. They are trying to make us into cyborgs. So many people are going to be away from the real world. It's actually sick. People are already away from the real world. If you look at your screen time, you'll probably be disgusted. I think a bunch of us are disgusted nowadays with our screen time. Another thing that they're pushing is being skinny. So Kim Kardashian is pushing this ultra thin frame, okay? So this is the sickest thing about all of them. And there's been characters like Cardi B and all of them who are getting their BBLs removed or whatever they're doing. They're getting their surgeries removed, which they're not. They're fake vessels. So all they have to do is just do a little alteration and they're back out there like nothing ever happened. Real people aren't like that. So once you go and get your BBL shots or you get your BBL done and all that stuff, 9 times out of 10 you're not even gonna have the money to remove that. You're stuck with it. And for people who gain so much weight, losing weight is super hard nowadays, considering that they're poisoning the water. The water is literally being poisoned. And you may think that, I drink Essentia. Whatever you think you are drinking that seems better, it's kind of not at all. It's not good at all. There's some type of poison in it. And as long as you're drinking water out of plastic, you are being poisoned because that plastic leaches into the water. Plastic is disgusting and plastic can literally kill you. Okay, so that goes into multiple things with the meat. People are committing an abomination with eating meat that has the blood in it. So you see, everyone's becoming obese. You go to a store, sit in a parking lot, and look at everybody that walk in the store. Everyone is pretty much obese, overweight, unhealthy, lethargic, and that is because of the food supply. So what they're going to do is get people to commit sorcery even more. They're going to get all these pharmaceutical industries to boom with all these weight loss pills, these weight loss shots, these weight loss this and that. There's so many of them out, and it's actually pathetic. They're trying to get everybody to be skinny. So make sure you guys go check out this video I did 10 months ago. On the topic of being skinny, I get this ad, and literally it is a lady working out at home in VR. And I think VR is connected to another lockdown. They're going to lock people in their houses and have them on VR and get everybody equipped to being online 24/7. Because in every VR commercial that I've seen so far, for some reason, this is just a detail I've noticed, it's early in the day and their kids are at home with them. Like the parents, their kids are at home with them, the VR commercials. And there was one that I had seen, like a travel airline was literally promoting VR. It had 2 parents literally on their own separate vacations or whatever, and they had the VR headset on, and of course their daughter's home, and she's like telling her mom and dad something. I forgot what she said, but you see, like, the key detail that I find with these things is that they're at home, the kids are at home, and that's a shocker considering that most kids aren't homeschooled. So it seems like some other type of lockdown that they're going to get into. I think that the initial lockdown was a test, and look how people had got addicted to their phones, how people had got addicted to TikTok. I think they're really going to get people addicted to VR. And another big connection with this, she's working out in VR. All right. When the lockdown happened, people were stuck to work out at home. There's a lot of big connections going on here. And then it says, try Supernatural VR for free today. So weird. So creepy. And look, they're trying to get you to try it for free. So this is another thing I'm talking about. They're going to get people to accept. Like, they need for people to accept it in order to really push it on people. And people, with this weight loss stuff, people want to lose weight so bad that they'll do anything. So I've been trying to get to this for a long time, but so many things have came up. This happened back in January, but I guess I'm just going to start saving things for damage control videos, things that I cannot get to, because I don't know if it's just me, but time goes by way too fast nowadays. There's really no time to do much nowadays. So that also connects towards the end times. So basically this Carol Baskin character, she was really trendy in 2019, 2020, when TikTok was big, people watching Netflix a lot. They had this show on Netflix, I forgot what it's called, but she comes out and says that her dead husband is alive. So this is sick, you know? This is sick because this shows that they could literally bamboozle and trick anyone. And they had that other guy on the show, and he was like making a joke song, and like they made it into TikToks about how she killed her husband and stuff like that. And he's actually alive, you know? And it's just so sick that they do these type of things. I just think that it's really sick. This is just so sick. Like, really processing this is just disgusting. And they can do these things. They can kill a character in front of everyone's face, make jokes about it, make it a trendy thing on TikTok to talk about that character being dead. And then next thing you know, they'll bring them out like they're alive, and everyone's like, oh, okay, and then just move on with their life. That's just creepy. People are that desensitized. So to finish off this video, here are some verses that go into the sexual morality. A lot of these characters that I mentioned, they all push sexual immorality, and this is 1 Corinthians 6:18. Flee from sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits outside the body, but the sexual moral person sins against his own body. That's deep. Colossians 3:5. Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you, sexual morality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. That's deep. How covetousness is idolatry, because you're innocent, you're so envy, and you want what this person has, and you go in the extra mile to get whatever this person has. That in a sense is idolatry. It's crazy how that connects. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate you all, and I hope that Yahweh, Baruch, your understanding, Baruch means bless in Hebrew, so I hope that he blesses your understanding, and just thank you guys so much for watching.